As a member of the RoSPA presidential team, I was shocked to hear the statistics behind stair accidents in the United Kingdom. 43,000 hospital admissions every year is a horrifying number. For many of those people, a fall on the stairs will lead to injuries that they can never fully recover from. An accident on the stairs can cause irreparable damage, not only in terms of physical injury, but also loss of confidence. A fall on the stairs can rob someone of their independence, resulting in the need for residential care. From there, the burden is often passed on to family members and the NHS. Safer stairs would mean safer homes, and that in turn would mean not only many lives saved, but also the quality of many lives infinitely improved. The numbers clearly show that stair accidents are a more silent, but more preventable danger than fires. A ratio of 235-1 for hospital admissions caused by falls compared to burns. Our staircases are a very real danger, hiding in plain sight. Simple solutions to complicated problems are hard to come by, but enshrining the most up-to-date industry standard for stairs into law represents genuine low-hanging fruit. It is a cost-free, industry-approved, ready-made measure which will create a 60% reduction in falls in new builds. As the issue of stair safety is of interest and concern to so many people, I would like to ask my noble friend the Minister if he could support regulations that would ensure the British safety standard that already exists could be incorporated into the bill. Including regulations on the face of the bill, I know, is sometimes viewed as inappropriate. I believe, however, there is precedent for including standards like this in primary legislation. For example, the recent ban on combustible materials by updating Regulation 7 of the 2010 Building Standards. Where we can use legislation to make buildings safer at no extra cost to the taxpayer, surely it is wise to do so. Leaving regulations to secondary legislation can be a long, drawn-out process. With such high numbers of accidents on staircase, speed of implementation, I feel, is essential. I look forward to my noble friend's comments on this issue.
My Lords, Grenfell was and still is a safety scandal and a tragedy, and the subsequent wranglings over who should be responsible for remedying fire safety in unsafe buildings is an even bigger tragedy and scandal. Can I commend the account of the noble lady, the Baroness Sanderson, who really brought home just how tragic the incident was. So it's really important that this bill passes, though with improvements, through your Lordship's House. And I hope that Grenfell can be a watershed moment for wider safety in homes, because apart from high-profile tragedies, there are daily small and quiet tragedies taking place in terms of building safety that the simple amendment already raised by the noble Baroness Eaton could be remedied in this bill and save lives. As the noble Baroness Eaton said, there are clear statistics about the profile of falls on stairs, and I think they bear repetition. They claim the lives of over 700 people in England every year and are the cause of 43,000 hospital admissions. Yet the most up-to-date industry British standard on stair design, if adopted, is estimated to reduce falls in new homes by 60%. The problem is that even though this standard has been in place since 2010, it is only guidance and not a legal requirement, and in most new homes simply isn't happening. And house builders go in packs unless they're all mandated. One of them won't stick their head above the parapet. I hope we're not talking about the parapet that the noble prelate, the bishop, was raising. This bill could make implementation of the standard statutory and save not only lives but misery of many people. And there are precedents, as the noble lady Baroness Eaton said, for making such a standard statutory. The standard is tried and tested. It was subject at the time of its introduction over 10 years ago to extensive consultation. The Royal Society for the Protection of Accidents, who I thank for their briefing, have now taken views extensively on making the standard statutory in new homes. They've spoken to the home builders, to private and social housing providers, to local government, to fire chiefs, and no one seems to be against such a move. Now, the risk of falls on stairs are increasing as the population of older people in as the proportion of older people in the population increases, a phenomenon which I'm sure is of interest to members of your Lordship's House. In addition, it is a fascinating fact that in all age groups, feet are getting bigger, and overstepping traditional stair tread sizes causes falls. Falls on stairs are problematic for fire evacuations, and yet modest increases in the size of stair treads, in the provision of handrails and slip-resistant measures have a disproportionately beneficial effect. The standard can be implemented in new homes at minimum or no cost, so I do hope the Minister can grasp the opportunity to incorporate this affordable, simple and effective measure into the bill to save lives and reduce life-changing injuries. In the other place, the Minister deferred the issue to the Building Safety Regulator. We shouldn't have to wait for the Building Safety Regulator to be established and to gather evidence to identify emerging issues with safety and performance of buildings, including staircases, and to make recommendations to ministers who will consider whether there are need for changes to standards or guidance. That seems to me to be a rather long and tortuous process when the evidence is already available of the effectiveness of the measures and the severity of the risk. The standard has existed for 11 years, the guidance hasn't worked. This building provides the opportunity to tackle these hundreds of small, quiet tragedies every year, and I look forward to the Minister's response.